time I close my eyes, every time I close my eyes, every time I close my eyes. Every time I close my eyes, every time I close my eyes, every time I close my eyes. 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 Every time I close my eyes.
Horroroso.
De reggae.
Olha só, horroroso, Mamal.
cena.
Pegou, tocou pro Gagão. Agora olha o Jairzinho. Olha o pique. Olha o primeiro.
E o anão vai.
Acaba passando por ele, não consegue pegar na sequência. Já pega das batendo, bate agora também com a cabeça. Chama ele, o M5 tentando, pegou, passou pelo segundo.
Boa, boa.
Acabou conseguindo. Vai mandar. Então, louco, olha o M5, vai mandar o rap. Vai mandar ali o funk.
Meu Deus.
Não conseguiu. Senhora, goleiraço. Salva o primeiro, salva o segundo. Vai em busca. Chamou no elástico. Já tá sem oxigênio. Chamou ali na xincha. Não tem ali cintura. Tentou no meio das pernas ali, Jairzinho. Passou pelos dois. Direito do lance.
يلا واو واو heel non-stop واو op beeld hey hey عندك الفاص واو
Love zombie. Harder.
cake, snakes get slivery. Lean in, show y'all the mean and the chivalry. Rap ruler, you can ask Buddha. Right jab like Zab Judah. Every member on my team is a shooter. Tight like a room, no room for intruder.
Yes, guys, big up everyone. Hope everyone's doing well. Thank you very much for joining me again this evening. We're going to be chatting everything Liverpool. We're talking about the Villa game. We're talking about the PSG game. We've been drawn against PSG in the Champions League. We've got Man City on the weekend. It's a packed show. We're going to talk about the Darwin Nunez. Is it hate or is it just critical? We're going to talk about Darwin as well, but yeah, hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone's doing well. Guys, before we start, don't forget hit the likes, hit the share, hit the subscribe, and all that good stuff as well. I think we've got Cal coming in as well for a little bit as well, so I think Cal will be on the way. There he is right now. There you go. The devil in your ears. There he is.
Hi, bro. So,
man, you good? You good?
Yeah, not too bad, brother. How are you?
I'm good. Yeah, let's get straight into all this shit chat. So before we talk about PSG and the Villa game in its whole, I want to just quickly talk about the Darwin Nunez situation.
Firstly,
yeah.
is Grifty watching this, and is he nearby?
I have no idea.
Okay. If anything happens to me, I'm not saying who it could be, but I'm not saying who it couldn't be either.
Yeah. I know. I have had a weird-looking pigeon on my windowsill all day. So I don't know if that's partly army or something. But yeah, let's talk about Darwin Nunez. Look, I am all for. I think I'm like Arnold Slot. Players miss chances. I'm all for players missing chances and things like that. My problem is, I've always said it's about attitude. It's about how you present yourself as a footballer at times. And Slot said it after the game. He hasn't got a problem with him missing the opportunity. It was his attitude after that situation. Again with Darwin, some people think you're criticised. When we criticise Darwin, some people think it's just hate for the guy straight away. And it's not. Look, I don't think he's anyone's favourite Liverpool player.
Oh, I would disagree with that.
Maybe.
That's not a drift, by the way. Before anyone tries to put one-on-one.
No, drift.
That's a genuine comment, and I genuinely know some people who he is their favourite player.
He's not his favourite player. And this is the madness thing of it all right now with Darwin Nunez. We have had far better players at Liverpool Football Club that got nowhere near the same love as Darwin Nunez.
Yeah.
And I don't understand it no more. Can we have just a conversation saying Darwin's not good enough? Is that a problem with saying it? Is it a problem with us going, Darwin has been a failure at Liverpool for 3 seasons now. He's not the player we wanted. We wasted money on him and he's not good enough for our football club, Cal. What is literally wrong with us saying that?
Do you know this? It's such a simple question, Jay, but such a complicated answer, because I think people struggle with the notion that if you criticize a player, it means you hate them. Bro, I love Salah. I love Alisson. They're my 2 favorite current Liverpool players from this current crop. But bro, you see, if Salah misses that chance that Nunez misses,
we're critiquing it
now.
Yeah, but we're also critiquing it. We're critiquing it in a way, and we're critiquing in Salah's whole game. But with Darwin, you're not allowed to critique.
Because, shall I tell you what it is? In my opinion, in my humble opinion, we signed him the same summer Man City signed Haaland, right? Lewandowski moved that summer and Isak moved that same summer. Yeah. Because of the season he had at Benfica, and because of the track record Liverpool had with signing players, everyone or most people thought it'd be a sure thing.
Yeah.
I don't have an issue with anyone who thought it'd be a sure thing.
A hole-in-one transfer. Yeah.
I didn't think it would be, but I was in the minority and I was hoping to be proven wrong. I think there are people out there in the fan base who cannot, for the life of them, admit that they got it wrong, or cannot just go, it's been a really bad signing. Darwin Nunez has not scored. I think since he's been here, he's scored 23 Premier League goals.
In 3
That's
seasons
almost
or
3 seasons.
That's not good.
About a month and a half, 2 months ago, I said I think Kai Havertz is a better striker than Darwin, and I got ripped to shreds for it.
Mm.
Kai Havertz has outscored Darwin a few times now in a team that doesn't create as many chances as a team we create. If Darwin wasn't really getting that many chances and wasn't scoring goals, I wouldn't have an issue. The fact that he gets so many chances, bro, so many chances and misses easy chances, not hard chances, easy chances, to the point where the fan base or a large portion of the fan base are saying Szoboszlai should have shot instead of passing it.
Oh, we're going to come to that. We're going to
Okay, all right, I won't get too ahead. The fact that he's been protected so much. When he first signed, people have this revisionism. When he first signed, it was he might not score as many as Haaland, but he'll get more GA because he's a better footballer than Haaland.
That's fine. But that ain't turned out to be the case, is it?
Then it was he's more creative than Haaland. Okay. Then it was he does more in the game than Haaland. Okay. So then it was he doesn't finish as well as Haaland, but he does so much. He brings chaos. This buzzword chaos became a thing. He's chaos.
By the way, Steven Gerrard bought chaos and he's world class. I'm just saying that.
Thank you. Suarez. you know who's the most
Suarez was chaos. Yeah, Suarez.
Suarez was the most chaotic player I've seen in my lifetime.
Man was a tornado.
Oh my god. But I tell you what Suarez did: goals and assists.
And he was world class. He was just an elite footballer.
Bro.
Do you feel we moved the goalpost to Darwin a lot?
We still are today.
So we bought Darwin. So as I look at it, I think we was all in the same boat. After that Liverpool Real Madrid Champions League final, we all looked at as Liverpool fans went, if we had an elite goal scorer in that game, we win that Champions League. Yeah. We all said it, I think. Then I think there was a lot of buzz about Darwin at the time. And we're like, maybe if we had Darwin in that game, we win that game of football. I remember that being the buzz around at that time. Because he had a blinding year. We all admit he had a blinding year at Benfica. By the way, it's his only good year in professional football. And
he missed loads of chances that season as well.
Yeah. And so we went and bought him. And everyone was pretty like, okay, we've gone and got a serious number 9. He just had a great season at Benfica. He's one of the next one off, young strikers that are going to be the next one off the line. Now, Haaland obviously went in the summer as well. So there's obviously competition straight away already. Darwin in pre-season that year already was getting a lot of flack. If everyone remembers this, that same pre-season we bought him, Darwin is already getting a lot of flack for missing opportunities.
Yeah.
Now, it was pictures of him, videos of him training pre-season, and rivals are already mocking Darwin from that point on, already calling him like noodles and stuff like that.
Yeah, because
remember, we protected him.
He missed a massive chance in the Man United friendly as well.
Exactly. And we protected him because he's our player, like we should do. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that year, I think he got 11 Premier League goals, which is, I think we all sat there and look, it's not good enough. He's got 11 Premier League goals. He is young. He's just coming in.
No, bro. It wasn't, Jay. His first season was 9.
Oh, it was 8. It was 9, wasn't it? It was 9, wasn't it? 9 Premier League goals.
To put that in context, bro, Firmino, in my opinion, was a more of a bit part player in his last season, 22.
Yeah, more GA, didn't he?
Bobby got 11 goals and 4 assists in the Premier League.
And he wasn't an out-and-out striker.
In less games, and he wasn't an out-and-out striker. We never sat there and called Firmino clinical.
No. He was just he was the cog in a massive wheel, weren't he, that made everything work.
Yeah.
With Darwin, so we always like, okay, we'll give him that season off. He's just new here. Let him settle down. We'll see him next season. Next season, obviously, his GA is, I think, flattered a lot by Europa League football.
And Carabao.
Yeah, and the Carabao Cup, but a Premier League again, where your bread and butter is. I'm not going to move the goalposts. Bread and butter's Premier League football, yeah. 11 Premier League goals.
8 assists, though, which I'm not going to take away from.
8 assists, which are very good at the same time. But I'm not buying a striker for assist count.
I hear it, but if he can give you assists as well, then I'm not gonna
Yeah.
turn my nose up at it.
I like a striker. I've always said it. If your striker's not scoring a game, at least be doing something in that game to make your game worthwhile. So that's fine. That's fine. He's been outscored by Chris Wood for 2 league seasons in a row. Now, if I told the Liverpool community 2 years ago, Liverpool go by Chris Wood to be our main striker, everyone there would have been torches being burnt and walked through the city of Liverpool, right?
And Boston.
Yeah. And people were just going, what are you doing buying Chris Wood? This bum, this nobody. Look what he did at Burnley. He's just lanky. He's just big. He's outscored Darwin in the Premier League for 2 seasons in a row. He's a better striker than Darwin Nunez. I don't want to hear any. He obviously is a better striker. He probably got the same amount of goals at Burnley with less service than Darwin does at Liverpool with more service.
Do you know what's really damning, Jay?
If we bought him instead and Darwin Nunez, people would have gone absolutely apeshit, yeah. But we're still protecting a player that's probably not good enough for our football club today, who's getting outscored by a player no Liverpool fan would have asked for as a Liverpool player in the first place. And this is my main issue of everything. We can critique players, and critiquing players is absolutely fine. We can all sit here and critique and go, why is Darwin not doing this? Why is Darwin not doing that? And then people tell me he doesn't get enough chances to score goals. He had 4 chances the other day, don't score. He had 4 chances the day before that, he doesn't score. How many chances does Darwin need? Does Darwin need 10 chances a game? Because if Darwin needs 10 chances a game, he's not good enough striker for Liverpool Football Club.
Not a striker.
If he's getting 3 chances a game, every single game, he should be getting 1 goal a game. That's the levels I'm at, Cal, because this is Liverpool.
No,
we're not.
It's the quality of chances as well.
Yeah.
It's not like these are half chances. It's the quality of chances.
Yeah. Look, I'm not going to offend Darwin as a human being and as a person. I don't want anyone going to his Instagram and his Twitter and slagging him off and his family off.
By the way,
abysmal.
Anyone who's
That's
doing
abysmal.
that is a low life. Yeah,
that's abysmal and low life. You leave the man and family alone. The player, you can have a proper discussion, sit there and critique about his performances for our football club. And if you think he's good enough, I want to hear answers why you think he's good enough. Because all I ever hear is Liverpool are the best. Liverpool should be number 1 in this country. Liverpool should be buying the best of the best. So why are we settling for someone that's not the best? And let's have just discussions about it. You know, I don't see anything wrong with that, Cal, personally.
Neither do I, Jay. And that's part of the issue I've had with this whole Nunez thing is when we signed him, I was quite vocal saying that, look, he's not the player I think we should go for. And I don't think he's a clinical. Plus, another thing, when we signed him, I kept on seeing comparisons to Fernando Torres, comparisons to Suarez. Did people not realize these are 2 of the greatest strikers to have ever played for this club in the modern era?
Mm-hmm.
So straight away, the expectations were through the roof.
Can you imagine if that happened? And if that happened, I'd celebrate anyway.
But here's the problem, Jay. If Darwin scores a hat-trick at the weekend, we'll all be happy. But there will be a section of the fan base who will go overboard and then target people like myself who believe he's not good enough for Liverpool. That's my frustration. When you got the brace against Brentford, and again, I'm not talking about drift before anyone starts to say anything. There were people going online saying, where's everyone now? And who's saying this? Who's saying that? I thought Darwin was crap. I'm like, he scored in 3 Premier League games this season.
Yeah, Cal's looking good, man. Cal's looking good.
Yeah, I needed it. You didn't see me. About 7 hours ago, I looked like a completely different person.
Go on, man. Carry on.
Bro, he has scored in 3 Premier League games this season. Our striker has scored in 3 Premier League games this season. 1 goal against Bournemouth, a brace against Brentford, and another one against Aston Villa. 3 games all season. Do you know how many chances we get?
It's not.
And again, Jota was bad against Villa.
Oh, we're going to get the Jota. Yeah, we're going to get the Jota.
And Jota hasn't been even that clinical this season. But Jota's on more goals than he is this season. And Jota was out with bad ribs. If I'm not mistaken, Jota might have more assists as well.
Yeah, it's... Look.
Jota has. He's got more goals and assists in the league. Jota's played 16 games. He's got 8 GA. And this isn't even a good season from Jota.
No, and I wouldn't even say Jota's an out-and-out striker.
He's
like
not.
that, like Darwin is. I wouldn't even say he's an out-and-out striker. Look, Darwin. If Darwin was getting these numbers in a team that didn't have a lot of creativity behind him and didn't play, very attacking, risky football, I'd be like, I can understand his numbers. But I'm sitting here, can't understand these numbers because we are a very attack-minded, risk-taking football team that makes a lot of chances.
Yeah.
He's got Gakpo and Salah sometimes playing alongside him, or Diaz and Salah playing alongside him. There's no reason for him not to have these goals that he should have. Now, I think I saw Bruno's chatting thing in the chat earlier. He's talking about we should be looking at the other forwards in the team, and he's correct. Jota, I said it in that game against Villa. Jota was as culpable as Darwin for me in that game because Jota did miss some for me, because I know Jota the player, and this is the thing, this is the difference. I know how good Jota is a player of one-on-ones.
Yeah.
Some of his one-on-one misses were not acceptable for the quality of play that Diogo Jota is.
Agreed.
So that's why I feel that way on that part. That's why I said I give him a lot of equal blame. The miss that obviously Darwin's, that is very highlighted. We'll get to the Szoboszlai part in a minute. When you look back on that, it's a tapping. He just had, but he puts his head down and hits it as hard as he can.
Like he always does.
Robbie Fowler pretty much after the game said he doesn't know if Darwin understands football. Do you know how much of a bad comment that is about someone? Because he go back to the chances. There was a chance that Liverpool had. Martinez come flying out feet first, far away from his goal.
Ah, bro.
Darwin's got two options. He's got the ball. He could actually give the ball to Salah, who's got a tap in an open goal. Even though he's like 30 yards out, Salah's just going to run it into the back of the net, no problem.
Yeah. Or
he just chips the ball over the keeper. He chips the ball over the keeper. If the keeper touches him, the keeper's sent off.
Yeah.
Or he's got another shot at goal, or he can play it across the Salah, who can tap it in. But he doesn't do anything. He just kicks the ball at Martinez. And this is my worry about Darwin. I've always said it. Darwin, for me, at Liverpool, has always been best off the bench. He's always been best off the bench in like minutes per game. Like, if he doesn't score, Darwin at least gives me some aggression with his forward running, trying to bully defenders and stuff like that. Yeah, he tries to put himself about and he shows some urgency, some attempt to try and disarm the opposition's defence.
Can I jump in really quick there, Jay?
Yeah.
I hear what you're saying. I do. Because obviously you think about the brace against Brentford, the brace against Newcastle previously. But is he actually that? Because he came off the bench the other day and he missed a chance.
Well, this is what I'm going to say. The last 2 or 3 weeks when he's come off the bench, I think he's looked disinterested.
He has. But also, previously to what you said as well, where you say he brings on aggression and stuff, he picks up a lot of silly yellow cards and fouls. What was the game where he came on and he could have been sent off? Was it the Brentford one where he took off his shirt and then there was another and then he fell tackle?
Yeah, he actually could have. In theory,
he should have been off.
He should have been sent off in it. He should have got 2 goals and been sent off.
And here's the thing,
because he came down on the ankle like that.
Yeah,
Didn't he?
and this is where it's going to sound really bad. If I'm not mistaken, he missed the Nottingham Forest game because didn't he get a silly booking or something? He got a suspension for that game. We drew that game 1-1 with Nottingham Forest. We weren't able to bring off anyone off the bench as an attacker apart from Jota in that game. I feel as though if Nunez plays that Nottingham Forest game, we probably get something from that game because he was at least at that point he had just scored the brace at Brentford, if I'm not mistaken, and was looking pretty decent.
Yeah,
but I think he's too emotional as a footballer, and I think that contributes to his tackling, his lack of game intelligence. I think contributes to everything. His finishing as well. He just looks. He's just too emotional.
Yeah, I hear that. I definitely hear that. Big out John Conway. It's big out Jane Cannon looking like Eddie Murphy, All he needs is the red leather jacket now.
Yeah, from Raw.
I just, yeah. So, by the way, it's still one of the great stand-ups of all time. That Raw.
Facts.
What is it? 86, something like that. Absolutely amazing. Yeah, the joke about the age joke back then.
Yeah.
Now today's it wouldn't seem so bad. But
Yeah.
in 86, whoa.
He's timeless, man.
And then he went, then he went Disney and it all went downhill.
I know. And it does.
But look, yeah, I don't want to get too much of Darwin. I look, the thing with Darwin now, I think I know what he is as a footballer, and that is that he's not good enough for Liverpool. He might score a few goals from now till the end of the season. He might win us a few matches from now till the end of the season, but it's not going to change my mind about how good of a footballer he is. He's not good enough for Liverpool Football Club. It's the third season, Cal. It's not his first season. He's not 20 years of age. What is he, 25 now?
He's 25, bro.
There's another player at our football club in the forward line I'm going to have a discussion about as well that we need a proper chat about. That I've been right along all this time.
With all due respect, Jay, I mean, I think there's about 4 players in the forward line we should have a chat about.
Well, they're all getting sold this summer.
Unless your name's Gakpo or Salah, you're safe.
You're safe, exactly. Big up Lakers as well, my friend.
Big up
to the
Lakers.
end. Friend to the end. Big up you, man. Yeah, so I don't want to go more on Darwin now. I'm going to just leave it there because otherwise people feel like it's a hate pile-on, and it's not. It's just a critical discussion about Darwin. Spoke about Jota. Let's talk about Luis Diaz quickly before we finish up the forwards because I want to get to Szoboszlai. Luis Diaz, man. So,
brother, what do you want from me today, Jay? What do you want from me, bro?
Luis Diaz. I've been talking. Cal will know this. I've been talking about Luis Diaz for a while now.
Yeah, you and Lakers, Lakers.
Yeah, he's never been my favourite player. If you go on look at the year, he was bought exactly the same calendar year as Darwin Nunez. Yeah. Look at their years before we bought them. Their stats. It's the best they've ever had.
Yeah.
And we got him from Porto in the January, and he was on 14 goals for Porto that season, only in January. He was probably going over a 20-goal season if you never go and bought him. He came in January. He changed the way for us. He was that extra player in attack that caused a lot of teams damage because teams didn't know what he was going to bring because we moved up Mane to the middle, and it changed a lot of things for us and helped us finish on that season. It almost helped us finish that season on a high. Unfortunately, it didn't. But since then, I don't know what he is as a footballer. I really don't, because under Jurgen Klopp, all our forwards are known for scoring goals. Always scoring goals. Score a goal, score a goal, score a goal, score a goal. Like they're efficient wingers that, that's what Klopp bought. Even if you look at Jota as well, came in, broke up that front three, scoring goals. Diaz came in at the start, was an effective player. Cody Gakpo, look at him now, he's an efficient winger, scores goals, that's what he's there for. Luis Diaz, I just don't know what he does, because he doesn't take fullbacks on anymore. He's got 1 goal in 2025. I don't think he's got any assists. If his name was Stuart Downing.
Did you say he's got 1 goal in 2025?
I believe so, the other day. I think that was his only goal in 2025.
And no assists?
No. If his name was Stuart Downing and he was English, people would want him out. But because he's Luis Diaz, he's got a bit of flair about him. Yeah, it's. I don't know, Cal. See, I think Luis Diaz is going to play the number 9 now till the end of the season. I think he's going.
I think it'll be Jota.
I don't know. I don't think he likes either of them. Slot.
No, didn't you see what he said about Jota yesterday?
No.
So this is so damning to Nunez. He said he wishes he had Jota for the last 4 to 5 months, and he wishes Jota could play 90 minutes every game.
Well, there you go. It's a damning verdict, especially when he talks about Darwin as well. It weren't the same kind of light, but And because he can't play 90-minute games, that's why I think he plays Diaz in the 9. So against City, I think if Gakpo's fit, I think he plays Gakpo, Diaz, Salah against City.
I reckon it'll be Jota, especially when Jota came off as well.
I like Jota, as you say, though his problems 90 minutes, but Diaz, Cal, I just again I feel like he's a player that if he wants to leave Liverpool Football Club, Liverpool are not going to stand in his way.
Yeah, I look at Diaz. One thing I will say, before his injury, I thought he was electric. He was taking players on. I remember the goal he scored against Crystal Palace this season. He got that bad injury against Arsenal. That goal was one of the best goals of the season. He was so good. If I'm not mistaken, he got an assist in that Arsenal game as well for Nunez before he had to come off with the injury. And then when he came back from injury that same season, he scored against Spurs, and I think he scored a couple other goals as well. And he looked good. But he's just regressed as a footballer. As you said, doesn't take on his man. Inconsistent in front of goal.
Hang on, who is Councillor State Ends? Because that is definitely not Ends.
No, that's not Ends.
Definitely not Ends.
And again, I have to say, footballing IQ as well. His decision making is awful sometimes. He slows moves down sometimes because he wants to do too much. It's just. Then he can have a mad moment where he has 20 minutes in a game where he's untouchable. Yeah.
This is my weird thing about Diaz. It's his consistency level. Like, I watch Diaz sometime, like, you're just not in the game at all. And then you're just not giving me anything in an attacking third. And you're wasting a lot of our counter attacks. And then for a mad he has a mad 10 minutes where he's winning the ball back in a right back position or a left back position. He's moving the ball forward through midfield, and then he's on the end of things in the box. Yeah. And I'm like, if you were more consistent every match doing this, no, I wouldn't have a problem. But it's this consistency that drives me mad more than anything else. Because technical ability, I'm not going to sit here and say he's technically our best. Probably you can argue he's technically the best winger football club from a footballing standpoint. Yeah. It's just his consistency that drives me mad, more than anything. Just his consistency.
Yeah, facts. Is it because again, if you were to look at him and Gakpo, I'd say Diaz is a better dribbler. Gakpo's got a better shot. Diaz more skillful. I think Diaz got a better first touch. He's got so many. He's probably quicker than Gakpo over a shorter distance as well.
Yeah.
But when it comes to goal scoring and nowhere to be to score goals, Gakpo is clear. And again, I'm not even sitting there saying I'm that as Gakpo's biggest fan. I think we could upgrade on Gakpo. But if it's out of a two, and I got a shout out to Matt for this because Matt was the first person who said it, and I wasn't on board. He said Gakpo is just more efficient and gives you better productivity over a season, and we're seeing it.
Do you know, this might be a shout for consistency wise and product wise. You know, me and Cal talked about Jared Bowen 2 years ago.
Years, and we got ridiculed.
We got ridiculed by it. You know, we said 2 years ago I wouldn't mind Bowen at that, and a lot of people rate Bowen. It's mad, isn't it? A lot of people. I think Jared Bowen's a good little player. I think.
Shall I tell you what it is, Jay? People are in love with the TikTok footballers and the names. Yeah. I don't care. I want Tyler Diblin in the summer. Pause. I'd like us to sign Tyler Diblin in the summer.
He's good footballer, man.
To be an understudy to Salah.
Well, it's like me with my Anthony Gordon take.
I was wrong about that.
Oh, Anthony Gordon. The way we play football, we still play football in a transitional way. I think we can all agree, Anthony Gordon in transition is more efficient than Luis Diaz. He's quicker, he's younger, he's as techie. I know people don't like to hear that, but he is. And he's got a good finish on him. I think he's a good player, Anthony Gordon. And he is. For a transitional attacking team and playing transition, he's a good little player. And I think people need to sometimes we look at names too much. I know for a fact that if a player was on the market that no one's seen, but he had a sexy Spanish name and he was worth 70 million, everyone would be like, why aren't we after this guy? You know, how many minutes you watched him play? Like none. And it's like, you know, how do we know he's good then? You know, and then you got someone Tyler Diblin who plays at Southend. Why you got Tyler Diblin? Because he's a talented footballer. He's a talented footballer. He's just not got the PR against him, because
Yeah.
he's, he hasn't got it's just the way football is at the moment. I think football has turned into that TikTok generation where I think a lot of people consume football now in 3 or 5 minutes and not 90 minutes. I don't know. I don't think people really sit down and watch 90-minute games anymore.
No, they don't.
And then in highlights, what do highlights do? Match of the day. Then they only show you the good bits, ain't they?
Yeah.
The exciting parts of the game that that are worth you watching. It's not. There's players out there that can do a job for Liverpool Football Club, but might not be the fashionable name or the expensive name. But for me, can do a better job than some of the players we got right now. And that's with Diaz. That's with Darwin Nunez in the team as well. I actually think if Cody Gakpo played against Villa on the other night, he scores a goal.
I do as well.
I think Gakpo would have been the one instead of Darwin chasing that ball that Martinez went on the floor for.
Yeah.
And he would just lifted it over him.
Oh, it's such an easy chance, man. Like the two chances we had were so.
Let's go on the easiest chance of the game and the Szoboszlai debate.
Bro.
The Szoboszlai debate. This is heating up now, I've seen big up Errol.
Big up my brother Errol. Big up Errol.
He's doing obviously on the Red Cartel later on Redmen TV too. Make sure you go and watch that. Because Drifty's on it. It's going to support Drift.
Indeed.
Don't worry about the other Liverpool fan on there. We'll have words with him later. Big up my man Monts. I love Monts. Szoboszlai, this is you remember that debate about what colour was that dress?
Yeah.
This is the new one.
It.
That's it. That's going. Should he have passed? Should he have scored? Cal, before I get my take, I see from you and everyone in the chat. Should have Szoboszlai passed or should he have scored? What's your take on it, Cal?
All right, so I'm going to caveat this firstly with I would like to see Szoboszlai be better with his decision making in front of goal, whether that be to know when to pass or know when to shoot. I think he's got a great shot on him, just doesn't know when to seem to use it. That being said, bro, and again, I think this is where I want to be really careful how I say this because I'm not saying this to someone's played to a high standard. The highest level I got to was like a semi-pro type level, and even then, I was far from the best on the team or anything like that.
That's a shout, by the way.
That's exactly what I said in my tweet. Instead of 95%, I said the 98%.
That's a shout, by the way.
Bro, I used to play as a number 6, an 8, or a 10. I've never been a striker. I've never been a great finisher. I'm a very inconsistent finisher. If I'm in the position that Szoboszlai's in, which is a 50-50 chance, and why I say it's a 50-50 chance is because Emi Martinez, a goalkeeper everyone rates, is in front of him.
He's in a great position positionally as well.
He's in a good position positionally. He's not central to the goal either. And he's running sort of in a way where he's running towards Emi Martinez. If there's no one alongside or close to Szoboszlai, he has to shoot and he has to score. The moment he can look to his left-hand side and see another Liverpool player, then it becomes a question of, do I get the pass right? If he gets the pass wrong, then we're on Szoboszlai's neck. He gets the pass right. You're going, okay, he's done everything perfect. All that's left for him to do, and look, any professional footballer running onto that ball, I expect to score. This isn't the Darwin thing. If that's Andy Robertson, I expect to go. If that's Konate on your weak foot, I expect to go. If that's Alisson Becker on your weak foot, I expect a goal. The net is empty.
It's a very easy opportunity.
The net's empty. And I've said this. If Salah was running in the position that Nunez was running in, and Szoboszlai passes to Salah, and he misses, no one's saying anything about Szoboszlai shouldn't have passed that. They're saying Salah's missed. But because it's Darwin, it becomes he's inconsistent in front of goal, so you just should shoot. That's not Szoboszlai's problem. Szoboszlai's decision-making in front of goal stinks a lot of the time.
Yeah.
So Szoboszlai's decision making there was absolutely perfect. Jay, I'll take you back to a game in the 2012-2013 season. We played Newcastle United away from home and won the game 6-0. 2 goals from Daniel Sturridge, 2 goals from Jordan Henderson, a goal from Daniel Agger, and 1 from Barini. 2 of the goals in that game came from Coutinho and Gerrard playing a ball through the Newcastle defence, and there were 2 players who ran through on goal. The first time it was Sturridge with the ball, and Henderson was running alongside him. We all know how good Sturridge was in front of goal. Guess what Sturridge did? He passed the ball to Henderson on his weak foot, and Henderson knocked the ball into an empty net.
Yeah. No, it talks about
Role reversal. Henderson receives the ball on the left-hand side, passes it to Sturridge, who's on the right-hand side, his weaker side. Sturridge takes a touch with his right foot. Sorry, takes a touch with his right foot and knocks it in with his left, if I'm not mistaken. Bobby Firmino, in the 22-23 season, Liverpool played Ajax away from home in the Champions League, won the game 3-0.
Yeah.
In that game, Andy Robertson runs through on the left-back side. He passes the ball through to Firmino, who's on the edge of the 6-yard box. The edge of the 6-yard box, Firmino could tap that in. Instead, he plays it to his left-hand side for Nunez to have an empty goal shot. Nunez hits the post. He hits the post from 2 yards out. Mo Salah, in the game against Luton last season, gets the ball, misplaces a header. The ball falls to Darwin Nunez 3 yards out, and he skies it. I never heard anyone blame Salah. I never heard anyone blame Firmino for those chances. I never heard anyone say Sturridge should have shot or Henderson should have shot with those goals. The only reason we're having this debate right now is because Nunez is not trustworthy in front of goal. So therefore, it's Szoboszlai should have done this. He should have taken responsibility of the situation. He did. He made the right decision. I want my people in the team to make the correct decisions for the team, not for the individual. He could not have done anything more other than knock the ball to Nunez and then collect the ball from Nunez and put the ball in the back of the net himself. It is crazy, the change up on this.
So I look at it like this: if it was Jota that missed it, are people blaming Szoboszlai for the pass?
No one's saying a word.
Is this the reason why? It's because of the Darwin?
If Salah misses that, no one's saying a word. If Gakpo misses that, no one's saying a word.
Now, our manager said Szoboszlai did the right thing.
Jay, his words were, it was the perfect pass.
Yeah. So I think he went on to say something like the position he was at. Because I think what we look at, when we look at aerial shots on TV of the positioning, it looks a lot easier than when you're at level with the pitch. When you're level with the pitch and the keeper's there in front of you, it makes the goal look a lot smaller. So Szoboszlai worked out quickly in his head what's easier, the calculations, me to roll this over Darwin who's got a tap in, or me to take the shot. So he quickly thought of it, because it's quick seconds, ain't it? Because he ain't got long to linger on it. And he quickly thought the best thing for me to do is play a lovely ball. What we're not getting here as well is the pass was lovely. That was very easy to overhit that pass, because Darwin was pretty much level with the defender when he was running, but he knew that Darwin's quick, so Darwin's going to get to the ball first. And it was a beautiful pass. He arced it lovely. It was a tap-in for Darwin. If Darwin scores that, we're all talking about a tremendous assist from Szoboszlai, a match-winning assist that gets the game done. If Szoboszlai shot that, people today, especially the Nunez brigade, will go, why didn't you pass to Darwin?
Facts.
And so there's no real win here. I'm just going to go with my manager. My manager said it was a perfect pass. And he's the bloke who's in charge. So if the manager says it's a perfect pass, I'm just going to go with the manager on this one and leave it as that.
Jay, once again, I asked this question we can all agree Ozil is one of the most creative number 10s to play in the Premier League era, right?
Oh yeah, I do.
Ozil in that position pass. If Ozil's in that position and he sees Aubameyang coming up beside him on the left-hand side, I guarantee he passes that to Aubameyang. That
I
profile.
I think we should just say, and Szoboszlai should have scored. What does everyone think was the easiest chance? Szoboszlai's or Darwin's in that position? Who does everyone think had the easier chance in that position? Szoboszlai with the keeper in front of him, breaking down the angle, or Darwin with an empty net?
Right. If you're asking me, Jay, I think you know the answer, bro.
Yeah. So look, sometimes the wrong answer can be the right answer at the same time. It's a weird one because it's football, yeah. I will say this though. I do believe Salah shoots in that position, right?
He probably does. But what does Salah get labelled as, bro?
Selfish, right? So I believe Salah shoots in that position, and he probably doesn't score. You know, Salah should. By the way, Salah, you know, that header he should have scored. By the way, yeah. I think Salah would have shot in that position because Salah's just he's more of that. He's more of a selfish footballer in a good way, by the way, to score goals because that's the way he plays. I think he would have shot. I think Luis Diaz would have passed. I think Cody would have passed. I think Szoboszlai passed. I think Jota would have passed. And the reason I think Jota would have passed because I've seen Jota passing in positions before.
Jay, our first goal, Jota's through on goal.
Yeah.
He could have shot. It was a 1-on-1. What did he do?
Yeah, he passed
it because he didn't have the better chance of a goal.
The percentages of the other person scoring was much higher than himself. So, yeah. Yeah, I think because Salah's left-footed, I think Salah has a better opportunity to score that goal than Szoboszlai does.
Yeah.
So I can understand why Szoboszlai passed it. I really can. You know, I think that's going to be a debate that keeps driving on. But I just want to quickly get to the Villa game as a whole. And I look at this Villa game. I did this on my Big Up channel yesterday. I've heard a lot of stuff online over the last few days. Liverpool fans can be very negative at times.
Yeah.
And I've heard the word tiredness about Liverpool Football Club in this Villa game. If anyone goes and watches this game back, Liverpool pressed the shit out of Aston Villa in that first half.
Yeah.
Go back and look at the stats for the game. Liverpool had far more shots as the away team than Villa, and 80% of our shots were inside the box. Villa only had like 6 shots in our box, scoring 2 of them, so they're more clinical. Yeah. It's got nothing to do with tiredness. Liverpool are not clinical enough up front at times, and it's as simple as that. Jota should have 2 goals. I think we all agree.
Yeah.
Jota should have had 2 goals. Salah, with that beautiful cross from Robbo, free header, should have just gone across the goal, getting to the far post. He knows that. He should have scored. Another chance. Darwin, obviously missing the chance that he missed.
Should have had 2.
Liverpool should have scored 4 or 5 goals in that game, and we're winning that game of football. So I'm not going to sit here and blame tiredness for that. For me, that's just players not being clinical enough and do that. And then obviously the other thing I've heard about Gravenberch. So here's my take on Gravenberch. I don't think Gravenberch is tired because Gravenberch has been rested a lot lately. My thing with Gravenberch is that I think teams have figured out if you can isolate Gravenberch in this Liverpool system, he's not the same player. And that's what they've done. They've really isolated him. The last 2 games I've seen Gravenberch play, he's almost been isolated as a lone 6.
Yeah. And
McAllister's been drawn out of position. It's clever from the off. I think you just got to give the other teams up. And it's always against the teams that have got a lot of movement in their midfield. John McGinn, Tillemans, a lot of legs in that midfield that can move midfields along, can isolate Gravenberch. Look how many players get around Gravenberch now. They stop Gravenberch receiving the ball out from the back now. They sit on him. They squash him. They press him.
They usually do 2 behind and 2 in front.
Yeah, so he's isolated. Yeah, so he's an isolated midfielder. So I don't think he's got anything to really do with him being tired. I think he's just been absolutely isolated. And he has been rested a lot lately as well. So
I know that T word triggers you, so hear me out.
Yeah.
I think he can be a little bit tired. as well as I also think you're right. I think it's a factor of both. If I'm not mistaken, only Virgil and Salah have played more minutes than Gravenberch this
And
season.
I can be all right with both. I'm just not using it as the main excuse. That's
no, definitely no, not the main excuse.
I'm all right with both. I'm all right with both.
Yeah,
the thing is,
he
got substituted the last game, with like loads of time to go. So in the last few games, he hasn't played complete 90 minutes all the time.
He should be fresh for the City game.
Yeah, he should be fine for it. Exactly. And I say, go on, I'll let you carry on. But yeah, you can be a little bit physically, mentally tired more than physically, maybe. And the way he's been played, he's been isolated in the last couple of games. I think in the City game, because of the way City's midfield is at the moment, I don't think they'll have the legs to do what Villa did against Gravenberch. So I think Gravenberch will have a far better game against Manchester City for that reason. So I think it'll be a little bit different, but yeah, go on, Cal, I'll let you carry on.
So I think you're right. Teams, I think it was the Newcastle game that was where it's first figured out. Then Everton did it and did it really well. Then Wolves did it really well. And then Villa did it really well. I think we need to find a way of that not happening. Whether we rotate who is the first person that defenders pass to, whether that is Gravenberch or McAllister, or even if Szoboszlai drops in sometimes and swaps with McAllister, just to keep the rotation going so that players from the opposition team don't think, all right, we can just stick on him. Let's say Gravenberch just takes those 4 players out of the equation. If you can get the ball to Mac or Szoboszlai without having to play through Gravenberch, then you're wiping 4 players out of the team. So that's the first thing. Secondly, Wataru Endo should have played more games from the beginning of the season or more minutes. That's on Slot.
Yeah, I agree.
Because if you're going to keep the player, then you've got to use the player. In the same way, if Szoboszlai starts looking leggy, I'm going to go, you've had a Harvey Elliott there for all season or most of the season. Why haven't you used Elliott in more games or more minutes?
So weird why he ain't used them.
Say again, sorry?
It's weird why he hasn't used them now. He might not rate them.
I don't think he rates them.
And
I think he rates Endo. I think Endo's won him over, actually.
I think he has the last couple of weeks. He's won him over. But see, the thing was, I will say about
blow my nose.
Yeah, go for it, man. The thing I would say about Arne Slot, I think Arne Slot's been tremendous for Liverpool. I think he's still working out his squad, which is absolutely fine. And Endo, if you listen to, did anyone watch that thing on YouTube today with Arne Slot when he has to answer fan questions? Has anyone seen that today? And he talks about the perfect midfielder, the player that he likes. Well, when you hear about the player that he likes as a midfielder, it's a Zubamendi type, it's a Gravenberch type, it's a McAllister type, it's a Curtis Jones type. It's not a Harvey Elliott or a Wataru Endo. And that's why they've not played many minutes. The problem is, even if they're not, what he's got to do, though, they are part of the squad. He's going to have to put them in. He's going to have to put them in. He's going to have to give Gravenberch a day off, play Endo with McAllister in a game. You know, but the problem is now, I don't think he can because the situation in the Premier League right now. I don't think he can. We can't afford to drop many more points. So Slot has really put himself in a bit of a corner now, to be fair. And I will criticise when criticism needs to be needed. Slot's put himself in a corner now where every game is must win. So in a way, he can't afford to put Endo in the team from the beginning. He can't afford to put Harvey Elliott in the team from the beginning. He really should have done it earlier in the season so he got a knowledge of what they can do so they can bring him in now at this time of the season. So it's a lot more difficult for him to do it now. It's much harder for him to do it now. It really is. Big up everyone in the chat who are doing good, man. I hope you're doing good. I like Harvey Elliott, but Harvey Elliott, for some reason, is not. I don't know what it is. Harvey Elliott's been fit most of the season. He's only had a little bit of an injury where he was out. Slot don't play him. I don't know what it is about his game. I think it's more of a defensive reason why Harvey Elliott don't play. Look, Harvey Elliott can't play in the double pivot. I think we can all agree with that. He can't play in that area of the pitch because he get too bullied. He get beaten up in midfield. So Harvey can't play there. Harvey can only really play in the 10 in the Slot team. But defensively, he doesn't do what Szoboszlai does. So you'd have to change the way you play a little bit. And I don't think Slot wants to do that. So I look at it. He should have trusted Slot. He should have tried to get more game time for Endo and Slot at the beginning of the season. For me, the way the Premier League is set up now, every game's must win. He can't afford to play them now.
Yeah.
And that's on Arne Slot. That's not on the players. That's on Slot there.
And the board as well, because he wanted reinforcements and hasn't got them.
Yeah, well, I was saying, did you see that video of him today? About
the fan.
so
you said the fan questions. You said, right?
Yeah, fan questions. He talks about what he's arguably is what sort of footballer he likes. Yeah, and when he's talking about the footballer he likes, he basically likes strong, technical, quick, aggressive footballers, and also that footballers that can play the ball as well.
Too many.
Yeah. So when he was talking about that, you can see when he was talking about that, I could literally see McAllister, Gravenberch, why he wanted Zubimendi. I can see why Gakpo plays left wing more than Diaz. Salah. You know, I can actually see why he probably first shot to Darwin when he talks like that. I can see why Curtis Jones actually plays more games than Harvey Elliott. You know, so we've got two fresh midfielders there who are not got tired legs, not been effective from most of the season, should be used. But the problem is, Cal, I don't think you can afford to use them now.
Yeah, I agree. The thing is, even if you didn't start the players early on in the season, Jay, there was games where we were like clearly in front, and you could have just brought them off the bench. Like we were like, we could be 3-0 up at like 60 minutes. Get Endo on, get Grav off for half an hour break, get Elliott on, get Szoboszlai off. The Elliott one, I have slightly more sympathy because obviously Elliott picked up the really bad ankle injury and was out for a little while. And coincidentally, that was when Szoboszlai was in his worst form as well, and we couldn't rotate him. But now, granted, the last few games we couldn't, but there has to be a period where if we're winning games comfortably, he has to bring them on. Or if you're going to start them from the beginning, this is where you have to be tactically flexible. And I think Slot is tactically flexible. So if Endo plays, and you don't play through Endo in the midfield, you play a different style of football. And Slot's good enough to do that. And the players are good enough to implement a different style and a different strategy for one-off games. You cannot just play these players into the ground. But I have to reserve some judgment because he's with a new team. He obviously has certain players he trusts, and he has others he doesn't trust. If we have the summer that we hope for, and he gets in players that he does trust, if he doesn't rotate next season, then I think we have to have a real conversation and say, well, Slot is being really silly and stubborn here because he's went out and bought players. Now, conversely, the argument to contradict what I just said could be, what about Chiesa? I'm going to be honest, I'm going to go out on a limb, and I might be completely wrong.
We're Slot.
I don't. Oh, you said it for me.
Oh, sorry.
No. It's not a Slot signing.
It was a Rich Stew signing. And the problem here, though, is this is the issue I've got with football now, Cal. Liverpool made it very clear that Slot is a head coach, not a manager. So in theory, he shouldn't have questions on signings, and he should play the players that have been given to him. Which still, for me, head coach or not, managers will still want the players they want, otherwise they won't play them.
So hence why this is why I think Slot needs to be involved with the transfers. Because there's no point in getting more players in, whether they're big names or not, if they don't back.
But they tried to get him Zubimendi, and he wanted Zubimendi. He made it perfectly clear. So they did listen to him on that one, but then bought Chiesa. It's like they panicked.
Yeah, they knew we weren't going to sign anyone else. They thought, you know, this is a cheap one.
And if it works out, we're going to look like geniuses. So I get it. Look, from a standpoint, how happy were we all got Chiesa? That's not right. We're all ecstatic. A 10 million deal for Chiesa, who 3 years ago every Liverpool fan wanted, but thought was impossible.
Was on the cusp of becoming world class.
And we always said it. If we can get anything from Chiesa this season, that's an amazing bit of transfer business.
Yeah.
The problem is nothing's happened, and now it looks like a big failure, don't it? So
I think it was you said it when he scored the goal against Accrington and Stanley. and he was asked about it in the and Slot was asked about it, and he was just like, yeah, but it's just that Quinton and Stanley.
Yeah.
That's when I knew the writing was on the wall.
Yeah. And
That's
also,
what I'm like, oh, Slot don't really like this guy.
And also, when we were talking about Harvey earlier, the games that Harvey's played, I don't think he's done himself justice.
He hasn't at all. The
And
same
we're
with Simicast and Robbo. Same with Simicast and Robbo.
Was that a microwave?
No, I've got a fan. My nose is just it feels like I've got like 2 like bottles of apple juice stuck up my nostrils. I cannot breathe. So like, and I'm thinking if I've got the fan on, then maybe like I don't know, do something. But it's just
I've had hay fever today for the first time this year.
I've had a flu for the last month, bro.
Oh man.
Just
I thought you had a quick little Rustler's hamburger in your microwave.
If I've got the microwave in here, that would be crazy.
That'll be ready in a minute. Yeah, like, I feel for these players. I do think Slot needs to use them now. I think he needs to find some way to use them. It's a weird one. I think you could play Endo against Man City, just because I think he'll play his new guy. The new mini Rodri in the number 6, but he's also going to play probably midfielders that ain't got the legs in there. You can afford. It's weird to say this. You can actually afford to play Endo against Man City.
I wouldn't take that risk.
I wouldn't take the risk, but you know what I mean. It's because their legs are not quite what they are. I think the Newcastle game, what Man City are doing this season, they have really bad performances. They have a good game, and everyone thinks City are back.
Yeah,
and then they get taught a lesson the next game again. Like Real Madrid destroyed them. They just walked through them, yeah.
That's why I'm worried about this game, though.
Yeah, and
I think Endo's better suited to the Newcastle game. I don't think. Apparently, Joe Linton's out of that game, right?
Yeah, Endo in that game would be perfect. Yeah, a bit of aggression.
Endo for Newcastle makes sense.
Oh, that's not, yeah, like you need a midfielder that can smash people, and that's what Endo sometimes is. But the man puts on a gum shield before he comes on the pitch. He's ready for war. Let him go to war, man. Let him go to war. He doesn't have to be technical. He just has to win the ball back and give it simple.
Can I ask you a question, Joe? Because we've gone back and forth with this. Even though I have come round on the idea of keeping Endo, I still believe he'll leave in the summer. I think Tyler Morton will leave as well. That leaves us with Grav, Mac, Jones. That's just those 3, innit?
Mm-hmm.
Grav, Mac, and Jones. All right. I think we need 5 players for the pivot.
Yeah.
I think Bichetti comes back from loan and he's given pre-season to prove himself.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the next conundrum. Do you push Szoboszlai back into the pivot where he could play, or do you think we will go out and get someone? Because I have reservations on whether we go and actually buy someone.
So I was listening to some Liverpool journalists today, and they reckon it'd be 1 in, 1 out in midfield.
So Endo in.
I think Harvey Elliott leaves in the summer.
All right. So if Harvey leaves, then we need another 10.
Yeah, I think Harvey leaves in the summer, and he's replaced by Ryan. He's replaced by Ryan Shirky.
Okay.
I literally. Do you think Ryan Shirky would be sitting on the bench like Harvey Elliott in this Liverpool team?
Oh, geez, Shirky.
He wouldn't be. No, he wouldn't be though, would he? He wouldn't be.
I'm just saying.
Go back to what Slot said today. Go and watch that video. What Slot said today. The kind of footballer he wants. Shirky plays, man. Shirky plays.
I'm good with that because I do think that gives you the combination of Szoboszlai and Shirky as the 2 10s. And I think certain games Shirky will suit us more. Other games,
10 next season.
Oh, so you think he goes into the pivot then?
Mm-hmm.
So if that's the case, we won't buy someone for the pivot. We'll just buy 110 then.
Yeah, I think he just wants Shirky for that 10 area, and maybe Jota as well. I don't think Szoboszlai plays 10. See, I know a lot of Liverpool fans are going on Szoboszlai at the moment because he plays in the 10 position, and a lot of people have got an idea what a 10 should be. Yeah. Apart from the one season Odegaard had where he got 15 or 20 goals that season, that's his only good season in the 10.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know what people want in the 10 position. I don't think Szoboszlai is a number 10. I think Szoboszlai is a deep lining midfielder. You only have to see the way he plays. he doesn't know what to do on edge of boxes. He hasn't got that creativity on the edge of a box to understand what to do. He never has done. But when you talk to people more in the know about this sort of thing, they think Szoboszlai is more of a deeper player that can play in a far deeper position in midfield because of his work rate, his defensive ability. He breaks up play. He's good at tracking. He can give the ball simple and he can keep balls moving. He can actually run with the ball as well. If you're a ball runner, you want a ball runner to play deeper, not higher up. And Szoboszlai is a ball runner.
All right. I hear what
like
you're
Grav
saying,
is. Same as Grav. They're better in deeper positions than higher up.
I don't think Szoboszlai's ever been or will ever be a creative 10. I think he's meant to be a goal scoring 10 because he arrives in the box at the right times. He gets in the box in the right areas, and he also has a great shot on him from outside the box. But it seems as though he does not shoot. He does not take shots. And that's the one thing I fully expect. Bro, remember when he first came to Liverpool? He scored that wonder goal against Aston Villa. Scored that wonder goal against Aston Villa with his left foot on the half volley. Then the Leicester City game in the Carabao Cup, scores a rocket. Southampton in the FA Cup, scores a rocket. But we barely seems, even the Ipswich game, cuts in on his left foot, scores a goal. He don't shoot enough.
He don't shoot.
And I don't know if that's by design or him, but when he shoots, he's a threat. But he won't shoot. But he's never been a creator. Hence why I think if we sign a creative 10, depending on the opposition, I think we can rotate. Because one thing Szoboszlai does do, even though I don't really want my 10 doing it, Tielemans turned McAllister and Gravenberch in the game. Szoboszlai ran past those two and caught up to Tielemans and won the ball off him and started us off on an attack. Shirky doesn't do that. Shirky would never do that. So there are certain games where I think Szoboszlai is needed in the 10. But throughout the course of a season, let's say we did the unthinkable and went and got Isak, I need a creative 10. But at the same time, to play devil's advocate, is there an argument to say that if we had a natural DM that meant Szoboszlai wasn't having to do as much covering in midfield, would we get more out of him going the other way?
So where you're saying he's a shooter, yeah, he's not creative. That's why I say he can drop deeper as a number 8.
That's a good shout as well.
Like, because I'd rather have my number 10 more of a technical number 10 that can feed the ball through, find that pass. Has got a little bit of something back, can hold up the play, can slow play down, and then has the vision in front of him to play the pass as a number 10, and then still get goals. That's not his game. His game, if you look at Szoboszlai's 2 strengths, it's ball running and shooting.
Yeah.
That's a number 8. That's a player who should be playing a little bit deeper for me.
Yeah.
I'm looking at his stats right now. Most of his goals that he's scored have come from central midfield in club and country.
Yeah.
He's got 21 goals playing central midfield. He's got 15 goals playing attacking midfield. He's got 15 goals playing left midfield. He's got 7 goals playing left wing. He's got 11 goals playing right wing. And he's got 2 goals playing right midfield. Now, that
was another weird one from Slot as well. I'm surprised he didn't play Szoboszlai left winger instead of Jones and play Jones.
Yeah, I think we all thought that was going to be the case, didn't we?
Yeah.
Right. So last season, Szoboszlai played central midfield, under Jurgen Klopp.
Well, he played the Henderson role, didn't he?
Last season, he scored 7 goals and got 4 assists playing central midfield.
We'll see. Is he on like 3 and 2 this season? Sorry, did he get 7 in the Prem?
No, he got 7 overall. 7 overall goals and 4. 7 overall goals and 4 overall assists playing central midfield. Yeah, which for a central midfielder, when his game's not always about goal scoring,
it's not bad.
Not a bad return. Obviously, this season, he's got 5 and 5. He's got 10 assists. Playing attacking midfield. So he's a year more developed because he's used to the team a little bit more. I think if he plays a little bit deeper and you get a more technical 10, if you get a more technical 10 that plays in front of him, and you've got Szoboszlai who can play a little bit deeper and can run with the ball and can get shots off. Because I think if Szoboszlai runs from a deeper position, he's going to be harder to pick up.
Yeah.
Than from a higher up position where he's going to get marked out of the game or he's going to run into low blocks. He's going to run, look what he does now. He runs into a lot of low blocks around that area. But if he's running from a deeper position, i.e. like Stevie used to do, he's going to get into better positions, you know. Stevie's game was always better when he played a little bit deeper or on the wide areas of the pitch because he's got more freedom to do what he wants.
We say that though, Jay. I think his best season was when he played the 10 with Torres, though.
His best season was when he played right midfield.
Was it when? Oh, you might be right. That was the FA Cup winning season, right?
Yeah, he played right midfield. That was his actual best goal scoring and assist.
He had a free role that season, though, didn't it?
Yeah, well, that's what you got to do to these players. Szoboszlai could play a free role, but he's in a team that you can't afford to play a free role with.
Yeah.
That's why at Hungary, he's the man because he plays the free role. He can pick up anywhere on the pitch. For Liverpool, he's got to play the 10 role. But what do we praise Szoboszlai for the most in that position?
He's pressing.
He's pressing and his defensive play. I don't think a number 10 should be really recognised for their pressing and their defensive play. He's more of a midfielder. He should be playing a little bit deeper, but where I don't think you can play Szoboszlai deeper in this Liverpool team at the moment because you could grab Virgil McAllister there. And you haven't got the number 10. You haven't got the out and out. Slot hasn't got his number 10 yet. That's why I'm so interested about this summer, about the players Slot wants to get.
I hear that. All right.
And we haven't got our number 9, by the way. This is a big thing as well. We haven't got a proper number 9.
I was going to ask you that.
Yeah.
If Isak's there, does that change how Szoboszlai plays?
It might do, because Isak might make the runs a lot better. He might link up with Szoboszlai a little bit. Because Isak, now watching Isak for Newcastle, he does drop in a little bit.
Yeah.
So if he's dropping in a little bit, he can link with Szoboszlai. What I've noticed in the last few weeks, Szoboszlai is more advanced than all our number 9s a lot of the time.
Yeah, he makes the run beyond them, doesn't he?
Yeah. He makes a lot of runs. And he's in the positions I'd rather my number 9 be. I'd rather Szoboszlai on the edge of the box, like he should be, and feeding the 9s or playing off the 9 where he can then run in, but he's got that, you know, he's got someone to play off.
Yeah.
If you notice, Szoboszlai don't play off the 9, he plays off Salah.
Everyone bloody plays off.
He plays off Mo. He doesn't play off the number 9, but then he's advanced to the number 9. So when we lose the ball,
he's then sprinting back.
He's having to sprinting back, and there's a lot of pitching behind us, which means we're now conceding a lot more goals. I think that's why we're conceding goals in transition, because we've gone back to the way Klopp used to play. We've got too many men advanced off the ball. We're not looking after the ball properly in high areas of the pitch. And then you've got your number 9 and Szoboszlai. I've almost got a 4-2-4 formation, and our 2 in midfield is just getting overrun. And Virgil can high up because how good they are. We can play higher up. And then you're caught. And then you're caught in that position. And that is why Trent inverted last season to stop that happening. That was the whole reason Trent inverted. I don't want Trent inverted, by the way, but that's the whole reason Trent inverted last season.
Trent's probably not going to be here next season, bro.
To stop that happening, which is why I think we are trying to play a slot style of football with Jurgen Klopp tactics still.
Yeah.
Because these players only know transition.
Can I ask you a question, Joe?
Yeah.
If it was down to you, and I said you can either sign one of these 2 players, different positions, but both in the midfield, and I said you can either sign Tchouaméni to play in the pivot position or to rotate with the pivot players, or you could sign, I'm going to use Arda. Shout out to Lakers in the chat. You could sign Arda Güler, who plays in the 10. Who you get?
I get Tchouaméni. Arda Güler's too weak for the Premier League.
All right, I'm going to cheat a little bit here. Let's say it's Florian Wirtz.
Yeah, get Florian Wirtz, and then I'll put Szoboszlai back in a deeper position.
See, I'd probably go Tchouaméni. I think we need some more steel in that midfield. I think Mac and Grav are fantastic, but you see games like the Everton game, for example, and the Newcastle games, even the game against Villa, I need someone in there who's willing to barge someone really hard to let them know, like, we ain't idiots. We're here to fight. Grab Mac, especially. Mac is a pit bull. He's always up for the fight. I just think we need someone who's a proper DM, not to play every game, but certain games throughout the season. You just go with today. It's Szoboszlai and Grab, or it's Szoboszlai and Mac, or it's Szoboszlai and Jones. We need someone.
I'm with you on Szoboszlai. My only thing with Szoboszlai is his injury record's a bit. That's my only worry about it. But
I think in terms of what Slot wants, as you said, he wants someone who can play, Szoboszlai for me is that DM.
We dominate a lot. This is the mad thing, though. If we actually watch our games, we dominate most of our games.
Yeah, of course.
Yes, the Villa game. I look back I watched the Villa game back.
Yeah,
we actually dominated Villa for that game.
Yeah,
we're a far better team, and we was away from home. We put our chances away. So Slot would sit there and go, if my strikers put the ball away, we're winning that game 4-2. We've got a 10-point gap. Yeah. And he's not looking at that midfield phase because he'll say we dominated the game. It came from midfield.
Yeah.
I do think we need an aggressive midfielder as a squad player.
Yeah.
That can come on and go like, right, Grav, you're coming off now. We're going to bring this player on because he's more aggressive. He'll get in the face. He'll hold up everyone. He'll smash and stuff like that and win the ball back. Keep it simple. Keep it ticking over.
Mm.
I just don't know if Slot wants that kind of player. And this is the thing with Slot. Slot's doing what he's doing with a Jurgen Klopp team with players that he rates, but also players that don't suit the way he actually wants to play.
Yeah.
So we need to see what Slot's like when he actually gets his players.
Yeah.
And Harry plays because Slot wants to score goals through build-up football. He wants to play, pass, bring up. He wants the opposition to come onto us with their press, play through the press, and then expose them on the other side and score goals.
Yeah.
We haven't really got the players for that at the moment. So he wants that kind of player. So I think it's going to be very interesting in the summer what we look at and what we bring in, because I do think there's going to be a lot of players sold in the summer.
Yeah, I was working out today.
I think 12 players will leave in the summer.
Shall I read off the list of players who I think I'm such a nerd, bro? I've written it down. I was going to do a show. I think Kelleher, Yaros, Tsimikas, Endo, Morton, Elliott, Nunez, Diaz, Chiesa, Ramsey, Reece Williams, Nat Phillips, Doak, Kai Gordon, and one of Beck and Chambers all leave the club in the summer.
Mm-hmm. I'm with you.
Hold on. Oh no, I said Doak. Yeah, I think they all leave in the summer.
Yeah, I think there's a big clear out in the summer.
And because again, I think Trent, Salah, and Virgil all leave as well, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, I'll go get the Virgil stuff in a minute.
Yeah.
Because that's how we're going to buy players. We're going to sell a lot of players. I think we generate around £200 million in the summer, and we spend £200 million. I know people go.
I think we get more than 200, Jay.
But it's as a low estimate sort of thing. 200 million, and we spend 200 million. I know everyone in chat's going to say, but FSG. What everyone's got to remember, Marco Edwards is here now. Marco Edwards, if he sells, he buys. That's what he usually does.
Yeah,
and he works a year in advance. I think they know all their targets now, and they'll try and get them targets in the summer.
Yeah,
they will sell the players and buy the players. Now, they might not be players that everyone wants.
Yeah, but we got to support them.
Everyone said we ain't spending that money, guys. When we sold Coutinho, we spent all that money.
Yeah, and then some.
And then we spent 200 million over that period of January to the summer with the Coutinho sale. So it does happen under Marco Edwards. This is what I'm trying to say. We've not had Marco Edwards for years, and we ain't spent money.
This notion that sell to buy is a bad thing, I think has been so blown out of proportion. If we can go and get all the players, let's say, for example, we went and got Isak, went and got a top quality centre back, top quality left back, a centre midfielder, and a sick attacker, 5 players, and that was all funded by players we sold. I wouldn't have one issue with that.
Well, that's the whole point of this.
Because you're improving the squad.
You're improving
using the players that you don't necessarily need anymore.
No.
The issue I have is if you're too rigid. I never have a problem with sell to buy with FSG.
But we've been too rigid for 3 or
It's the
4 years
rigidness in their approach. Because for me, if you sell £200 million worth of players and you buy £200 million worth of players, but you're a player short and you need to spend an extra £50 million, spend that 50 million. I'm not saying spend 100, 150 mil, 50 million pounds, go and spend it. But that hasn't seemed to be, that's where the issue has been.
Do you know what? I don't care about PR and the player's name.
Yeah.
Get me players that are working for Arne Slot, that are good footballers that in the positions that we need.
Yeah.
You know, go and get me a centre back because we need a centre back. Go and get me a left back.
Yeah.
Go and get me another central midfielder and get me an out and out number 9.
Yeah.
And if Salah, Trent, and Virgil all stay at the same time, which we don't know yet, it's always some buts. But if they stay at the same time and you add them to the squad,
They were laughing.
you're better than last season.
Yeah.
So that's all you need. Like, I just feel like as players at Liverpool right now, you can tell the team that played Plymouth for me was Slot looking at that second squad game. Who's good enough for me and who's not?
Yeah.
That's why he put them players out. And he's like, most of them can go.
Yeah.
Like, in my opinion, he's looking at it and saying most of them can go. Right. Look, this might break the internet. I don't know, but I thought Trent was excellent against Aston Villa and should have stayed on. I'm just going to put it out there.
Okay, I disagree.
I thought he was tremendous. I
think Trent was excellent. I think Trent was excellent for 7 minutes before he got substituted.
Yeah, I thought he's quality all game, man.
Before that, I thought he was terrible.
I thought he's creating every good bit of play in our team in that whole game.
Defensively, he's so lazy, Joe.
He is, but I thought he's defensively all right against Villa, to be honest.
Oh, I don't. He just he left it. He left the work to Kanate and Gravenberch to do.
You
know their second goal.
I know you said this. I thought he was better on Kanate defensively.
You see their second goal.
Kanate's been shit last 2 weeks.
Jay.
I think Kanate's been awful the last couple of games. I ain't gonna lie.
Jay.
I don't think Kanate's been his world class best the last couple of games. I really don't.
This is your show. I'm not gonna.
I don't think. I think the last couple of games Kanate has been below his best. I really do.
I think it had. If it wasn't for Kanate and Virgil the last few games, I shudder to think what would have happened to our team.
And by the way, I said world class best, guys.
Yeah.
Best. So I'm only going 2 games, guys. I'm not going the whole season. I just said his last 2 games.
You see Villa's second goal. If you watch it back, you see when they get the ball on the left hand side because they have an overlap with Gravenberch. Gravenberch just before the ball's crossed in looks to the side of him thinking, "Oh, Trent's gonna be there to cover this because I'm doing my bit here." Trent is hiding, bro. Which means Gravenberch has got to try and get the cross, doesn't get to the cross, and then they score from it. I think you were the one who told me Mac lets Watkins go as well.
He just walks past him, yeah. Just walks past
him.
So,
which is unacceptable.
Yeah.
But that notion of Trent not being in the right back position, but there was times Kanate walked past Trent to go and win the ball back at right back.
Oh, I'm not going to disagree with his defending. But I thought attacking-wise,
lazy.
I thought attacking-wise, he was everything good about our game against Aston Villa. Defensively, it's a different, definitely an argument.
What's annoying is when Trent started cooking, that's when we made the substitution. But Slot did come out and say he couldn't play him much longer because of coming back from injury.
I'm getting so cooked for the Kanate praise. Right, guys, I'm going to have to repeat myself. I said world-class best, yeah? World-class best.
Welcome to my world, Jamie.
Which means that the last 2 games, he weren't at his world-class best. You know, it was below world-class the last 2 games, yeah? Everything has been world-class this season. I keep praising Kanate. I do think Kanate has moments, though, where I think he runs out of his position too much to chase something down and gets caught.
Yeah. Centrally, he does sometimes.
Yeah.
From a right-back perspective, he's doing what Trent's not meant to be doing.
I've always said it as well. In the inside channel, Kanate is arguably the best defender in the world at defending the inside channels. Right, I've said that all season. Centrally, sometimes he chases sometimes and moves out of position and leaves his position, and that's why sometimes he makes stupid fouls and gets the ball away and stuff like that.
Yeah,
because he can't get back into position. But that's why I said just the last 2 games, I don't think he's seen that world class best. He's been good, but not his world class best. So yeah, let's just leave it there with Kanate. And Jeez. But look, Trent, we can all agree or disagree. I thought Trent was a good in attacking phase. It was good in that attacking phases of play, and you could tell when he went off, our attacking phase of play slowed down a little bit. So, also, I'm going to say this right now. People go hate me. Conor Bradley isn't it.
All right.
He's not that guy, and he's too injury prone.
Okay, I'm going to break this down. I think
I'm going to people going to come at me now. I'm going to be the
no.
man.
You see, the issue I have is, and maybe this is why you're saying it, because I'm glad you mentioned this. Everyone's saying if Trent goes, is fine. We've got Conor Bradley, we'll be fine. We need to go and buy someone better than Conor Bradley if Trent goes.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I'm saying
this notion that this notion that Conor Bradley is just going to be the right back who's going to be the all-conquering right back if Trent goes. Go and get me someone better than Conor Bradley so that Conor Bradley can develop in the way he should be developed.
And that's what I mean by it. So, guys, before I say, I didn't say I want Conor Bradley to leave.
Yeah, good luck, Jay, because when we play that, you're going to get some stick, bro.
I never once said Conor Bradley's got to leave. I just said Conor Bradley isn't it. Yeah, and that means, for me, Conor Bradley is not a number one right back for Liverpool right now. He's not a number one right back for Liverpool right now.
He's very good, though.
He's a very good footballer.
Brilliant squad player.
But if we're demanding the best, because we're Liverpool Football Club, then surely we should be getting a right back that's better than Conor Bradley right now and still let Conor Bradley develop.
Agreed.
If you make Conor Bradley number one right now, he does have a few injury issues so far as his Liverpool career. And does it affect him negatively, putting all that pressure on him to be Trent's successor still as a young guy?
Yes,
do you go and get a more mature right back right now who's a little bit better, and you still let Conor Bradley mature, and then in 3 years' time, Conor Bradley's your man.
Kimmich.
Yeah, Kimmich, yeah. So there you go, guys. I didn't say you had to leave.
You're still going to get in the neck, though, Jay. It happens to me all the time.
I've made my opinions very clear there. I want him to stay. I just don't think he's ready yet to take that mantle. 3 years' time, you keep maturing him, he's going to be a tremendous right back for us. And then you've got your right back for the future for many years to come.
Here's the killer, Jay. If Joe Gomez was less injury prone, I'd be like, maybe push Joe Gomez to the right back position and him and Bradley rotate.
Yeah.
Can't rely on Joe again because of the injuries, though.
Gomez won't be at Liverpool next season, so.
I disagree, actually. I think he will because of his latest injury.
Yeah, that might have got him out of shit, you know. We respect players with injuries, don't we? So
no, it's not. I think teams that would have gone in for him are probably going to go, no, we can't because he just picked up another injury. And I think the teams that will go in for him, he won't fancy. Excuse me.
I just literally said Bradley's a good player, but give him another few years to develop. Jesus Christ. I swear what people heard when I was talking was like, Jamie said, tell Conor Bradley he's not good enough.
That's probably going to get clipped now as well.
I just said Conor Bradley's not ready yet. He's not it yet. He's not about it yet. Give him 3 more years. That man's going to be a demon. But I don't want him as my number one right back next season because I think it could hurt his progression as a footballer. Yeah, get someone else in. Yeah, get someone else in, man. Get someone else in. How dare you guys in the chat? Everyone's already clipped it. There you go. It's interesting. Get a right back in, whoever it is. Jamie, you said Bradley's not it. Yeah, he's not. Vince's viewpoint. Do you think Conor Bradley should be Liverpool right back next season if Trent leaves? Or do you think you should buy someone else? That's all I'm saying, man. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, Jay, welcome to my world, Jay.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a dark world, bro. I told you. It's a dark world,
It is
bro.
Dark out there, man. It's dark. It's like
Dark
Mars.
world.
It's like living on Mars right there. Yeah, it's mad, ain't it? It's mad. Yeah.
Dark
I never
world.
once said Bradley had to leave. Bradley needs to be a successor still. I'm going to say this as well. Shall I say this as well? Might as well while I'm here. Fuck it. Defensively, I don't think he's as good as Trent. Right.
Yeah, that one I fully disagree with.
I don't think it's as good. Again,
I don't think he's as good technically a defender as Trent, but I think he's, because of his endeavor, because of his attitude towards defending, he's a better defender.
Because he's young. Yeah.
I just think he wants it more. Trent doesn't want to defend.
Guys, if you think he's a better defender, all buy. Yeah, all buy. I just don't think. I think Trent can defend
When he wants to.
and I think Conor Bradley can defend. Yeah. I just said I don't think he's as good as a defender as Trent right now. Again, did Jamie say this shit?
Yeah, I told you you're gonna get cooked for this, bro. What did you expect? What did you expect? Like,
oh man, yeah. Look, they're good defend. They're all good defenders. They're just not. They're not shit. Like, I'm not sitting there going Trent's a shit defender. I don't think Trent is. I think when he can be bothered, Trent defends actually really well.
yes,
Conor Bradley is a good defender. He's not a shit defender. But if you look at their defending, I don't think there's a lot in it. I don't think Conor Bradley's up here and Trent's down here. I literally don't think there's much in their defending at all. But what Trent gives me that Conor don't is far better forward play and control of the games than what Bradley gives me.
Trent's
right
our
now.
best right. He's our best right back. He's our best right back.
I don't think there's a lot in it.
You're gonna get cooked in these.
I know. I mean, look at the game we lost in the Premier League. Who was at fault? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I rated Jay standing on business. I actually rate it. Good luck, but I rate it.
We've only lost one Premier League game this season. Who got cooked at right back for that goal?
I mean, if we're gonna use that metric though, the Man United game was fully on Trent.
Did we lose, Cal?
No,
I moved. No, Cal, did we lose? Or did we gain a point? Yeah, we gained a point.
You say we gained a point? That is so shameless. No,
guys, I'm just joking. I've been utterly shameless of fucking around. Don't worry about it. I'm just absolutely joking. I love Conor Bradley, as everyone watches my channel. All I want is a more experienced right back, not put too much pressure on Conor Bradley, guys.
Yeah,
all due respect. I love Conor. You guys know that. Just take the piss, having a laugh here. If you can't have a laugh right now, you can never do it.
You're gonna cry. You are gonna cry.
Because the Liverpool fan base are melting down. Right, I don't know if you noticed, Cal, but it's a bit of a meltdown right now. And
just a little.
But you'd think we're 8 points behind and not 8 points in front.
Arsenal going to be purple till the end of the season, though. Remember?
Yeah, like look. Big up my man Drift. I love Drift a bit, yeah. I do. I love Drift a bit. We basically do all of watch-alongs together and big up and all that.
My brother, right?
I've never looked at a more unhappy, sad man in that watch-along.
Brother, I tried everything to perk him up as well.
I was like, I need to come on and tell Drift a joke or something. I need my man to live.
I tried everything.
It's getting to people. I understand it. It's getting to people. This title race, it's difficult, it's hard. It's what title races are meant to be. You go through more emotions than you've ever been in your life.
Yeah.
But I said this in my last video, Cal. I don't know if you've heard this. I think this year is a throwback year.
Yeah.
I think it's a throwback Premier League year. When we're growing up watching Premier League games, watching Premier League title races, very similar to what's going on now.
In the 80s.
Yeah, look at even the early 90s, mid 2000s when Man United were winning games and winning leagues by 70 and low 80 points.
Yeah,
because they were dropping lots of points. Arsenal, didn't they win the league being invincible by drawing 12 games?
12 games, correct.
Yeah, so we're in a season where, do you know what it is? Man City have made football almost a perfect sport the last few years.
And Liverpool.
And Liverpool. But Liverpool got not Cal. If you was in a coma and you woke up, you for some reason my face is the first thing you see.
Yeah.
Right? I'll push your owner out of the way.
I'd want to see my wife first. I'm not gonna lie.
How do you find me, Jay? Just hunted you down. Follow the owner all the way. And you were, Jay, how did we do in the Premier League? Oh, Cal, we finished on 97 points. We won the title. No.
I'm pulling the IV drip out. I'm like, yeah, get the apple juice to me. Let's go. Like,
I'd be like, no, we didn't win the title. We finished 97 points, but we finished second. You'd be like, no.
What?
And
then, not just that, Jay. Then it happens when you get 92 points. I'm like, oh yeah, well, surely.
Yeah, and then no, still no title.
Yeah, no
so
title.
City, as good as Liverpool were, and they were great, and Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool was one of the greatest Liverpools I've ever seen in my whole footballing life. Man City made football almost perfection.
Yeah,
under Pep the last few years, where you can't afford a draw. Like we used to draw games chasing City, and it's the end of the world. Or if you're in front of City and you draw a game, it's the end of the world. I think this season's a bit of a throwback because I think Arsenal are not. I don't think Arsenal go do what City did and win 14 games in a row and win the Premier
here's the
League.
thing, Jay.
But they're going to drop points.
We've got 12 games left. Arsenal have got 13. If we win 10 out of our last 12,
won the league.
Well, not just that, we'd finish on 91 points.
Yeah, which is so good again. Man.
Which is good. Brother, I'm going to be real with you, Jay. We ain't winning 10 out of the last 12.
And I don't think Arsenal will go win 10 games for us.
And I don't think they're going to win 10 out of their last 13.
Exactly. So you could win the league on 85 points this year.
Yeah, no,
85 points, I think, wins the league.
I believe so as well.
85 points wins the league. And if 85 points wins the league, Liverpool got the advantage.
Yeah.
I think draws will happen for both teams still. I think this will be a season where you see the champions and the runners-up have really high draw counts on their table. It's just going to be the way it is. But here's one thing I will say about Arsenal, because I will say Arsenal are a very good football team.
Yeah, I hate complimenting them though. So let's not do this too long. Yeah,
they are a very pragmatic football team, right?
Yeah.
I've looked at this now. I've had to think about it. I think it would have actually hurt Arsenal more if they lost Saliba, Gabriel, and Timber than Saka, Jesus, Martinelli,
because they'd have gone
and Havertz. Because defensively is what Arsenal are about. It's the way they defensively set up. They can win even with their strikers gone. We saw it against Leicester. They struggled against Leicester for 80 minutes.
Yeah,
Leicester are one of the worst teams in the Premier League. And they managed to get 2 goals late on there by Moreno. They can get 0-0s and then nick a game 1-0 at the end.
Yeah.
Liverpool can't really do that. Liverpool are more about their goal scoring prowess than Arsenal are.
Yeah,
so I actually think it would have hurt Arsenal more to lose their centre backs more than their attackers. But look, Liverpool still have a big advantage. Arsenal's problem is going to be, for me, in the next few games, if they go goal behind in games.
Yeah.
That's why I think they're going to struggle more. Liverpool can go goals behind in games we've seen can come back. They've got that prowess up front. I'm taking an 8-point advantage over 8 points beyond. I'd rather be Liverpool and Arsenal right now, Cal. Points is what matters, and we got them more points.
Of course.
So I'm not breaking down right now. I'm not breaking down. Look, if Liverpool, if the world ends, look, it could be awful. Yeah, they could be. I expect Arsenal to beat West Ham Saturday. I think we all do. Yeah. If Liverpool draw to City, which I think could happen, a 7-point gap, a 6-point gap, and then they got a game now. So if they win that could go to what is it?
3 points.
3 points.
Yeah.
So Liverpool beat Newcastle and Arsenal slip up. You get your advantage again.
Yeah.
This game against City is really important for this season. I
think it's only important as long as we don't lose. If we don't lose, I'm okay with it, provided we do what we need to do in the other games.
So I said last week, if we get 7 points out of these next 3 games, I'll take it. And that was Villa, City, and Newcastle. We should
have got 3 points. It is.
Should have beat Villa.
It's the Villa game that annoys me. Going into the season, if you say to me you have to beat City away from home, I'm going, when was the last time we did that? When was the last time Arsenal did that? Arsenal didn't beat City this season at the Etihad. They didn't. They
By the
drew.
way, Arsenal didn't beat Aston Villa at home.
Exactly, we did, but they did beat Villa away from home.
Yeah. So they did it the opposite.
So they did it the opposite. We've already beaten City at home, and they beat City at home as well. Yes, they did it more emphatically, but it's still 3 points, right? So if we go and match their result against City, I don't think it's the end of the world.
No.
They, if I'm not mistaken, have they played Newcastle at Emirates?
No, they got Newcastle to play.
And they got Newcastle to go, because I know they lost at Newcastle, which we drew. If we beat Newcastle at home, they have to match that result.
Yeah.
As of right now, the only result they've not been better than us, well, overall, is the Forest one. Because they beat Forest the first time and they've got to play Forest. We've only drawn to Forest this season, lost the first one. Honestly, if we draw against City, I won't lose that much sleep over it. Because we don't beat City at the Etihad. We just don't. Even the season we won the league, we got spanked there. We lost the game 4 or 5-0, I believe.
Yeah.
I know the league was already won, but we still lost it. It's not about us winning the league. Has never been about us beating City at the Etihad. It's been about beating City at Anfield, and we've done that already.
Yeah. And the season we won the league, we beat City at Anfield.
Exactly.
Was it 3-1? Yes,
3-1. The seasons where we didn't win the league, 18-19, drew 0-0, and 22-23, drew 2-2. It's always been about beating City at Anfield.
And it might be this time about beating Arsenal at Anfield as well later in the season.
Exactly.
So it isn't the end of the world, Jet.
Exactly.
I'm calm. I'm calm about it. I'm glad you're calm about it as well, Kel.
Yeah, I'm at the moment.
There's a lot of people stressing. Look, if we beat City on Sunday, by the way, do you know the good feeling back?
Yeah.
The feeling back will be...
Especially if Arsenal drop points.
Yeah, but Arsenal somehow drop points to West Ham at home, which I doubt they will. But
yeah.
Saying that, though, they're not going to be able to attack like they usually do. So
West Ham ain't good, though, man.
They're a little bit better under the new Potter than they have been under the old guy. To be fair, they got a bit more. They got a bit more structure about them. I'm going to say I think West Ham score against Arsenal tomorrow.
I don't know, man.
I think they score, but they lose. I think they lose 2-1. But I think they.
Yeah, Kudus ain't been it this season. Bowen's been a bit up and down. They got no Paqueta. I don't see them getting anything from the game.
Yeah, big up Hooks as well, by the way, because if West Ham win, by the way.
Oh,
Arsenal fans are already talking about Real Madrid. So, whoa,
yeah,
you got to get there. Yeah. I'm going to say something right now. I think PSV knock Arsenal out of the Champions League.
I don't, but I think they make it very difficult.
I think they knock them out, man. I think they knock them out.
I think they make it very difficult. I think it goes down to the wire. It's a very close tie, but I think they get through. But I think Real Madrid do horrible things to Arsenal.
Yeah, Bowen's got something for us. I'm telling you.
I hope so.
If you know what's going to happen, here's what's going to happen, guys. West Ham are going to beat Arsenal, where everyone's going to be shocked, and then Liverpool don't do what they're meant to do on Sunday, and it don't matter.
I'll be real with you, Jay. If West Ham beat Arsenal, a draw's not
a bad result.
Even better.
Yeah,
even
so
better.
You're 9 points clear. Their game in hand only makes it 6 points.
Exactly.
And you've got less games to play, so
exactly.
It's not the end of the world. So yeah, that's I'm gonna be happy there. But look, is our team playing shit at the moment because the players are fed up with Virgil van Dijk's contract situation?
Nah, I don't.
Do you believe this is true, or this is just bullshit from Graham Bailey?
No,
so I've heard no one else talk about it but Graham Bailey, who put it out there.
I don't think so.
I don't think it is either. Because why are they only pissed off with Virgil and not Mo?
Yeah, Mo or Trent,
or Trent. You know what I mean? Obviously, they look at Virgil as the captain and the leader, but
but they look at Mo Salah as the most impactful player in the team.
Yeah, exactly. So wouldn't you be pissed off about all three of them? That's why I found it. I found it a really weird story. The fact that Paul Joyce hasn't come. If Paul Joyce put it out there, maybe say about it. And then if David Lynch followed it up, or Lewis Still followed it up, or something like that, I'll be the fact no one else has followed it up, Cal, I just think it's a rubbish story by Graham Bailey, who is known to put out a lot of shit.
Yeah.
So it just, I didn't get it. I don't think our team's like that, because our team did not give a shit when Salah broke the wage structure.
Yeah, exactly.
No one was knocking on the door. No one was knocking on the door and going, I need Salah money now.
Yeah.
No one did that. So that's why I don't believe it at all. I just think we're going for a sticky patch right now, like all teams do.
Yeah.
But we're not losing.
Exactly.
And that's the main thing.
I'm not worried about that
losing. Stuff. We'll come back out of this, guys, and we'll start going again. I think having one Premier League game in March is going to benefit us as well.
That's a crazy month, isn't it?
Yeah, we've got one Premier League game and 2 Champions League games, I think.
Yeah,
and then international. 2 Champions League games, League Cup final, 1 Premier League game, and international break.
Yeah, that is a crazy month.
So hopefully that does us the world of good a little bit, and hopefully we can carry on, because we've got some very winnable fixtures after City as well, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
Yeah, I'm all right with everything right now. I'm relaxed, I'm cool and calm, and look, people still want me to do the slot dance at the end of the season. You know what I mean? the public want it. I've got my hotel booked in Liverpool.
I want it.
Everyone wants to see the slot dance. I'm shaving my head as well.
Are you going to?
I'm going to go for it, man. I told she's going. So what we're going to do? I'm going to get the missus to shave my head live.
Yeah.
Right. For the public, yeah. Then I'm going to stop the video, record the dance, and then upload it a couple of hours later. Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, I'm going to do it, man. I've already got my basketball jersey as well.
I'm not going to do any of those things simply because my head shape is a madness, and also where I'm still developing puberty and developing a beard. Bald Callum would not work.
I'm going to look like a proper fuck, man. It'd be bad. Evening, Klopp, what he did for Liverpool would never what he did for Liverpool, but he ran Fabinho's legs down. He's only 31 FSD, didn't bite a backup. Yeah, well, apparently Fabinho's 31. I think he was 30 when we bought him.
Well, here's the thing: we didn't need a Fabinho backup because Henderson. We just needed someone else.
We needed an extra player. Yeah,
we just needed another midfielder.
Because Hendo could play there, Fab, weren't they? It still worked. So what we didn't do, we just didn't replace Genie at the time. We replaced Genie at the time. Thiago weren't a Genie replacement because they're totally different footballers. And then Klopp made Thiago run, which Thiago's never run in his career.
I'm going to be real with you, Jay. You see, if we had switched to a 4-2-3-1 when we signed Thiago, I think we would have dominated the next couple of years.
Yeah.
Because we actually had the players to do it. You play Firmino in the 10.
Slotted Thiago system.
Think about the pivot players we had the season we bought Thiago. Fabinho, Henderson, Thiago, Genie, Naby, and who else did we have? It might have just been those 5, actually.
Yeah.
Then for the 10, you could have gone Firmino or Ox. And then for the striker, you could have gone Jota or Origi.
Yeah.
Left wing was Mane, right wing was Salah.
Yeah,
all we had to do was switch to a pivot.
You mentioned that years ago. You always said, I don't know why Klopp ain't going to that pivot.
Yeah. Oh, Milner was the other one. Sorry. Forgot Milner.
And
Milner.
When you watch Klopp at Borussia Dortmund, he played the double pivot.
Played a pivot.
And then he played his 10. And then he came to Liverpool. And I think what happened was he fell into Trent and Robbo.
Yeah.
And when he watched them for a season do what they did, he was like, why would I change this?
Yeah. Which is understandable to an
extent.
Went
to a working midfield. And that's why he said he didn't need a number 10 because of the way we played with these fullbacks. And let's face it, the way Trent and Robbo played really changed a lot of football around now because everyone's now looking for attacking fullbacks.
I actually think you would preserve Robbo's legs, though, if you went to a 4-2-3-1.
Yeah, now Robbo's like just absolutely
Yeah.
You could argue Trent's defect legs are going a little bit as well.
You could. I'll be honest with you, I don't think Robbo's sold in the summer, though. I think Robbo stays for one more season and leaves on a free.
Yeah, I don't see him giving him a new contract, and I don't see the benefit of letting him go either.
Yeah.
So,
I would be more than fine letting Robbo leave on a free. Get a new left back in, keep Robbo's back up for that season to help that new left back bed in. And then also that should hopefully allow you a season to let Beck or Chambers become the backup left back.
Well, I'm hearing a lot of rumours that what is it, Hanko or Hancho or whatever you pronounce his name? Yeah, that's the Liverpool guy by apparently.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Bit calm says Arsenal are shit guys. I hate them. I've got to tell
You're in a club,
bro. Them and Man U fans. I want the same thing with JG. And I started watching Liverpool again when he joined. Oh, big up Calms, man. Yeah, look, we're all with you on the Arsenal bandwagon, man. If you ever watch me and Drifty do an Arsenal watch along on Big Up, you will know the hatred we have for Arsenal. I hate every team. I hate Liverpool good, to be absolutely honest.
Yeah.
You know, if they're a rival of mine, they're going to get smashed. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Watch I have love for them, man. Watch I have love for them. But guys, look, we're going to leave it there. Almost gone 2 hours. Big up to everyone in the house. We've had over 300 people in the house on a regular as well in this video as well. You're all staying, watching, enjoying. So I appreciate it. And me and Cal really appreciate it. Got a busy weekend of football coming up. Obviously, Cal, tell the people what you got this weekend, man.
I've got an interview coming out tomorrow with a content creator called David Alorca, who's really big in the boxing scene and a really good presenter. I'm 50-50 on whether I'm on the watch along with Luke tomorrow for the boxing. And then I've got some MMA videos coming out over Saturday and Sunday as well. And then back to the grind on Monday. Well, just grind every day. But yeah, it is what it is, man. This is the job now, isn't it?
That's it. The grind continues. I believe I might be on with Matt tomorrow for the Arsenal West Ham game, which would be a madness. Last time me, Drift, and Luke were a match. It was one of the most elite streams I've ever been a part of.
Yeah, no, so
I'll probably be on that. Me on Saturday night and Sunday, I'll be doing my Italian weekends. So get on to my Big Up guys. I'll be doing Italian watch-alongs. We usually do Italian Sunday, but there's a game Saturday as well. So got Italian weekend, so make sure you bring your pasta and your wine. And obviously some watch-alongs during the weekend on Big Up as well. And obviously then Coppish, you've got theirs on Big Up as well for the big Liverpool City game. So make sure you're all tuning into that as well. So lots of stuff going on this weekend. We've got boxing as well. It's just it's a man's weekend. So the women lock yourself in the kitchen, and men, give brother the TV. That's a joke, by the way. I know we're in 2025. I know we're in 2025.
You're in so much trouble after this stream. It's unreal.
And everyone, no, my wife, she takes no notice of me whatsoever. She knows it's a mistake. People out there, it's a joke. Okay, don't take it seriously. Not that guy. Yeah.
I can't believe we're in a world where you have to justify jokes like that, man.
Oh no, Vince is like, imagine Coppish, Jamie, and Don Sam all together. We'll have to do it one day.
We are going to do that. We have to.
One big video. That'd be a madness. Talking about Don and Sam, you can see me on Don and Sam's show tonight at 11 p.m. So
perfect.
Where I'm sure we're going to have some heated chat about.
I'll see if I'm still in his bad books. I've been in his bad book for months now.
I'm sure a certain chat's going to be about a certain Uruguayan striker, which is absolutely insane. So we'll be over on Donna Sam's channel tonight. What's Cal's channel? Let me put that in the chat actually. Cal, I'll put yours in Sanderson show. Let me get that up. I'll put the link to Cal's MMA chat. His combat channel, guys, all boxing and UFC, the MMA stuff. You'll see me and Luke on there as well. But channel.
Luke and Jay they're the engine room of that channel. With literally, because without them, I'd probably miss half the streams through sleeping. So
there it is, guys. There's Cal's channel. Go and support that over there. His combat channel. It's great stuff, especially if you're into UFCs. We do every month. We do our UFC watch-alongs like 3 in the morning till about 7 in the morning. Madness, Cal.
Trust me,
like if you could throw M&M's through a screen, you could try and get it. There you go. Everyone's subbing. Big up, guys. Because Cal's near 5K as well. So
Yeah,
near 5K in that channel, working well. So.
Appreciate you, Jay, bro.
Right, guys, we're going to be out of here now. I'll be on with Sam later tonight, 11 p.m. Go get some dinner now. The missus is cooking me a steak. So.
Oh, so
I've got steak and chips and an apple pie and custard after.
So I'm having
legendary.
I'm having a homemade fish burger with coleslaw, plantain.
We are lucky.
We are.
We are lucky.
I don't know what I'm having for dessert. That's not a euphemism either. Before anyone's minding, they go.
Got the
Get the kids down to bed early. You know what's next.
Right, guys, on that note, we're out. See you later.
Big up, everyone.
Oh, actually, I'll tell you what, we're in a good mood. We're all having fun over here. Let's end with this, shall we?
Harder! Get cake, snakes get slivery. Lean in, show y'all the meaning of chivalry. Rap ruler, you can ask Buddha. Right jab like Sam Judah. Every member on my team is a shooter. Tight like a room, no room for intruder.